Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever it may be for you. I want to welcome you to Tech 295 Career Essentials. I'm extremely excited to have this course with you this semester. As you are probably aware, the course is completely online. If you need to reach out to me, please do not hesitate. So the very first thing we're going to do is we are going to take care of our class business. The first thing I want you to do is to open Canvas and go to your dashboard, which is right over here on the left side of the page. Once you click on dashboard, you should see the different courses that you are taking. The one that pertains to this course is the Career Essentials Tech 295. So let's click on that. And now we are actually in the course. Once in the course, you will see things like announcements, course syllabus, grades, attendance, people, Office 365, Ask the Library, and Google Drive. The very first thing that we are going to talk about is the course information. If you click on course information, all you are going to see is down here, you're going to see a link to the syllabus. The course information I had in here previously is now included in the syllabus, so I just placed a link there. Same for the course syllabus here. There is a link to the actual course syllabus. There is one button here, the course community, that does have some good information on it. One, it talks about me, and I'll talk about me here a little bit more in a minute so that I can introduce myself to you. It also has my office hours and where my office is at. I am in the ITTC building and my office is 214. My classroom is 213, so they're right by each other. You are welcome to come by anytime. If I am busy, then I will get back to you. You can also come during my office hours, which you will see here, or you can make an appointment with me, whatever works the best for you. On the right-hand side of the page, you'll see that there is some Canvas support here. If you're having issues with your Canvas and it's not doing what you think it needs to be doing, or things aren't working the way you want them to, be sure to reach out to them. You can reach out to me, but I can't always take care of whatever issue you're having. Here are some library resources, disability support, and the Writing Center. You're going to be doing a lot of writing in here. I'm not going to be real critical on your writing skills, but there will be things that I will be looking for. So if you have issues with writing, you may want to go over to the Writing Center at some point and let them help you out. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go over here to the course syllabus. If you have been at OTC before, you will notice that our syllabus is a little bit different this semester. It has a lot of preloaded information for us instructors, so it makes it a little easier for us to fill out and keep track of everything on it. Again, this course, if you see www and LEC, that means it's completely online. So I have noted that in red here so you can be aware that this is an online course. Again, here is all of my contact information. Again, if you leave me a message on my phone, it comes straight to my email. I constantly check my email, and typically I respond within 24 hours. The only time I don't respond in 24 hours is if for some reason that I can't. Here is my email. Again, the office hours are listed here. Here is a kind of funny little video that you might want to watch about office hours. If you do come to campus, and I'm sure most of you are aware of this by this point, you must wear a mask. Since you're doing this course online, it's not really a required material, but only if you are on campus. The only other thing that you will need for this course is a computer and an internet connection. Everything will be done on the computer. If you need to make arrangements for that, then that will be your responsibility. Here's a description of the course, then the objectives of the course. These all come directly out of the catalog. So the way this course is going to be set up is that your assignments are worth 70% of your grade. That is a pretty high number. So getting your assignments completed is going to be extremely important. 30% of your grade is going to be on employability skills. This course is on how to be a good employee. So I think employability skills here are also very critical. As far as assignments, what you will find is that when I give you an assignment, I put a due date on it. So if I give you an assignment today, then 1 week from today, it is actually due, and this is the date to keep you on track. But I don't close the assignment for another week. So you actually have 2 weeks to get the assignment done. I want to highly suggest that you try to get it completed in the due date time frame. But I know things happen, we get busy, etc. But keep in mind that if you let it go to the drop dead date, the assignment will close and you will not be able to submit to it. I'm going to stick to that criteria this semester because last semester I was a little more lax and some people really got in trouble with not getting their work completed. Now, if something happens and you have a legitimate reason for not meeting the drop dead date, please contact me. I'm not unreasonable. I understand sickness, I understand deaths in the family, I understand certain situations, but it needs to be a legitimate reason. It can't be just because I didn't get it done. I will give you one of those. Everybody gets one assignment that I will open back up because I know things happen. I recently was taking one of my master's courses and it just completely slipped my mind on the due date of an assignment. Luckily, I talked to my instructor, I explained the situation, and she let me go ahead and submit it. So again, make sure that you are trying to meet the due date, but for sure that you get it done by the drop dead date. So let's talk about employability skills. This is a pretty big chunk of your grade, and it is pretty much the whole basis of Career Essentials. I'm not going to read all of this to you. You can read it yourself, but what I do want to focus on are these items right here, right down here at the bottom. Attitude. When we look at the employability rubric, you're going to see there's a couple of categories for attitude. If you don't like this class, I'm sorry, but you are signed up to take this class, so I don't want to hear any complaining. If you have an opinion about the class and it's not a constructive criticism, keep that opinion to yourself. Work ethic and productivity. This is going to have to do with you checking in with me so that I know that you're doing your work and getting your assignments done on time. If your assignments are not done on time by the end of the week that they are actually due on the drop dead date, then I will take points away for that. The last one is probably the biggest part of all of this is communication. I need to hear from you every week. I can go into Canvas and I can see when you've been on Canvas. I can see where you turn in assignments. I can see the number of hours you spend on things, but I also want you to communicate with me in another form, and we'll talk about that more next week. So the key factors that are going to lead to the success for you in this course is communication, communication, communication. Again, if you do come to campus, do not come to school sick, and make sure you complete your assignments on schedule. The next portion is the grade breakdown. You've probably all seen that. Then we have the academic grievance contact. Again, that's all pretty common procedures. Academic grievance, academic integrity. Please do not copy from any other students. I can tell typically if someone has copied from a website or if they have copied from someone else. I would rather you write it the way that you think it should be versus copying it from something else. It's not going to do you any good if you copy things from something else. Attendance is going to be very important in the sense of communication. That is how I'm going to know that you are in attendance. If I do not hear from you in 14 days, I am instructed to withdraw you from the class. Career Center students, I would actually contact the Career Center. So 14 days, and that includes holidays, weekends, except for spring break. That is the only time that those days don't count. Typically, when you're getting close to those 14 days, I will send you an email. It's extremely important that you check your email. I cannot stress that enough. I know you get a lot of email, but it's very important that you check your emails when it comes to an online course. Disability support services, pandemic-related information. Again, I'm not going to read all of that, but we are going to look at the employability skills rubric. This grade will be given to you every week, starting this very first week. You can see here that there are 3 categories of attitude. Student is respectful towards others and the instructor. You are probably going to be doing some partner projects in here. You're going to be doing some discussion boards where you need to respond to other people. Again, keep that respectful and do things in the proper manner. Student has a positive attitude. This comes back to the not complaining about the assignments, not complaining about the class, being positive, trying to take out of this course everything to help you in your future. Student provides constructive and appropriate feedback as needed. Again, this goes back into discussion boards, conversations that we have. The next category we have is work ethic and productivity. Student participates in class through Canvas, Zoom, or in person as required and in required time period. So you're participating and you're getting things done. That's what's important there. Work ethic and productivity. Student completes work on time or communicates issues with the instructor. Again, I am not unreasonable, but it needs to be a legitimate reason, and you do need to communicate that reason with me. Student demonstrates initiative, problem solving, and critical thinking skills and follows through. Sometimes the instructions may not be completely clear. Think outside the box. Try to think of what the problem is. If I give you a situation, you need to use your problem solving skills and your critical thinking skills to be able to come up with a solution. If you just immediately send me an email, I don't know how to do this, and I ask you a couple of questions and I can tell that you haven't even tried, then you're going to lose points. Again, you need to communicate with me weekly. If you do get sick, it is very important that you communicate that to me. There is a difference between being sick and being quarantined. If you are quarantined, you are still expected to do your work because you are not sick. You were around someone who's sick. If you are sick, we need to know that because OTC needs to track all of the COVID cases that we have. If you are sick, be sure to communicate that with me. The next part of this is my syllabus contract. Those of you that have had me before know that I like to have a contract with you that says that you have thoroughly read the syllabus. I did not cover everything on the syllabus. You need to read it. Then if you are 18 or older, you can sign it yourself and date it. If you are under 18, a parent needs to sign it and date it. Once you have done that, you need to take a picture of it with your phone or scan it, etc., and attach it to the assignment page, which I will show you where that is at here in a moment. The schedule. It doesn't look like we are going to do much, but there is a lot in each one of these units. Again, this course is developed from Skills USA. Many of you have heard of Skills USA. If you are a Career Center student or a middle college student, you are automatically signed up. Categories that we're going to discuss are continuous improvement, initiative, collaboration, customer service, change management, and then you will do some capstone projects at the end of the semester. If you have any questions on the syllabus, be sure to let me know, and we are going to move into the actual part of the course next. Since this is the first day of class, we are not going to do too much today. I don't want you to start out overwhelmed. So the first thing is, prior in the video, I had mentioned about a link to submit your course syllabus. That link is right here underneath about the course, and if you click on this link right here, it will take you to the assignment. The assignment has a direct link to the contract, so you can go directly there, print it, you or your parents sign it, and submit it here on the assignment. Yours will look a little different than mine, as I am the instructor. Yours will have a submit assignment button up here. You can take a picture of it, you can scan it, however is easiest for you to do. While I'm on this assignment, here's where I want to talk about the due dates that we talked about before. So this assignment is available Friday, January 22nd at 8 a.m. You will see the due date says January 29th. That is 1 week from January 22nd. And that is the day that you should attempt to have it done, because that will keep you on schedule. You will notice over to the right it says until February 5th at 11:59. This is the date and time that the assignment will close, and you will no longer be able to submit your assignment. So you want to shoot for this date, but you definitely need to have it turned in by this date. If that's not clear, let me know, and I can explain it to you further. So now I'm going to go back to the home page, and the only other assignment you are going to have is this one right here, and it is a discussion board. So if we click on it, it says, what does it mean to be career ready? According to the National Association of Colleges and Employers, there are 8 keys to career readiness. 1, critical thinking and problem solving. We've already talked about that. 2, oral and written communication. We've talked about that a little bit. Teamwork and collaboration. We will be doing some of that during this semester. Digital technology. We're definitely going to be doing that. Leadership. We'll be talking about how to be a leader. Professionalism and work ethic. We've already talked about that a little bit. Career management. That is something that is very important, especially early on in your career. And global and intercultural fluency. So the first part of this discussion board is for task 1, you need to list your technical education career path, and if you plan to continue on this same career path after you graduate high school. Task 2, you are to explain and talk about the importance of each of the 8 key factors that are listed above to being career ready. You need a minimum of 30 words for each of the 8. Task 3, which is worth 40 points. You are to provide an example of how each of these 8 key factors can apply to your chosen technical education career path. Again, a minimum of 30 words for the total task 3. Task 4, you are to respond to one other student's discussion board with a minimum of 30 words. So when you go into this assignment, you will be able to reply down here. You can copy. If you don't know how to copy and paste, left click with your mouse and hold it and drag it across and highlight it. Right click and go to copy. And then when you go down here to reply, you can right click again and do paste. And then you can just start to answer the questions as you go along. Again, this will be due in 1 week with a final drop dead day due of 2 weeks. Next week, we will learn how to get logged into Career Essentials. Some of the assignments you will be doing through Career Essentials. Other assignments you'll be doing through Canvas. I will go through all of that next week. Next week, we will start on continuous improvement, and we'll definitely get a good portion of part 1 completed if we don't get the entire thing done. If you have any questions, again, do not hesitate to reach out to me. Have a great week.